Hey guys, what is up? I'm back with another video here, and your Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl 60 champions. Look at that, unbelievable. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit unique. I've never done this before. This is StickToTheModel.com. You get to be a GM. I can go through and build this team and show y'all what I want to happen for this team for this upcoming offseason. I'm going to be making a few of these scenarios based on things that could happen. I'm going to do one scenario with a Max Crosby trade and one without. If I want to do another one, I can. I'm probably going to do one closer to free agency too, maybe early, the week before free agency, the first week of March. Just once we have probably everybody in-house retained that we're going to keep and all the extensions done and all of that. But I want to do this. This is the day after the Super Bowl. Y'all can see the date down there. And so I wanted to hop on here and get this cranked out. I believe I'm gonna make another video, which is gonna go up before this video. I haven't made it yet. Just talking about the Seahawks and this past season, because it's been so great. And I mean, seasons like this don't come every year. This is a rarity. This is a season that we may never see again from this team, and it is special. So I know I'm moving on pretty quickly day after the Super Bowl doing this, but I'm still gonna enjoy it, and I'm still enjoying it. This is the best season I've ever experienced in my life, and I'm so thankful that I got to do it alongside such a great community, and that I got to record and memorialize so many of the games this season. I didn't miss a single game except for the Super Bowl on my channel. I live streamed every single one. The Buccaneers game, I had some technical difficulties, so that cut out around halftime, and I wasn't able to finish that. And the Rams game in week 16, the iconic comeback game, unfortunately did not end up finishing that one. I kind of crashed out at my team, and I shut the stream off, which turned out to be really, really bad. But let's get into this right here. I actually haven't done anything yet on this website. I'm going in completely blind, and we're gonna see what we do here. The next one, which I will be doing a Max Crosby trade scenario in the next one, and so I'll have all the restructures, extensions already mapped out, because I will have done it once before. But this one I want to go through completely blind and kind of experience it all with you. I've never used this website, and I'm sure not a lot of people have. I'm just now hearing about it, and this seems really cool. I know Pro Football Sports Network has one. I don't love theirs too much. Their cap situation is too, I don't know. It's too weird to me. I'm not a big fan of it. And so hopefully that this one can surprise me. I'm hoping it would be cool if PFF comes out with something like that as well. But let's see what we got here. So first off, I selected the Seahawks. First off is just managing the cap here. So we can go through restructures and extensions. I'm going to try to stick with the realistic restructures and extensions. You could technically restructure every single deal, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the ones that make sense for us. Like, I don't think we're going to restructure Sam Darnold's contract. That just doesn't make any sense. And I'm not going to go the 49ers route and just tack on a bunch of void years so that we're screwed in 3 or 4 years. So let's just go down the list and see what we got. So Darnold and Cross, I think we're good there. I don't think we have to do anything here. What I am going to do is Leonard Williams needs an extension. He absolutely needs an extension. Looking at his contract here, he's got 2 years left, yes, but we need to extend him. Let's see. Let's go to this extension here. They're calling the market rate here. Interesting. They're calling the market rate here at 16.3 mil. Next season is his final season on this contract. Extension is needed here. This is an extend and restructure feature, which is interesting, or you could extend only. Interesting. I'll extend and restructure because that's half the reason you do extensions to begin with, is to push that cap out. So we already have the void year in 2027, which we restructured last year, moved a little bit of money forward. I'm going to add a 2-year extension, and I think 16.3 is way too cheap. I'm moving that up to around 20 million. We'll go 20.2 million. I think this is great. This is interesting. It says 4-year, so they're clearly still including 2025, even though the season is completely over. So they haven't updated that because it says that he's on a 2-year deal. This offseason, he has 1 year left. So they haven't updated after the Super Bowl. That kind of threw me off a little bit, seeing that 2-year. But no, they just haven't updated after the Super Bowl. So this will be, just take 1 year off of everything you see here today. This will be a 3-year deal here. 3 years total on his contract. He has the final year, and we're pushing, it looks like 11 million of that cap hit next year out to 2027 and beyond with this restructure. And we're moving. I think 2 years, 40 million is very good for Leonard Williams. I think that's a fair price. I'm going to give it to him. Extend and restructure here. And that saves us, it looks about 7.9 million there. Extended Leonard Williams, that is done. That is done. Let's look here. Cooper Kupp absolutely needs to be restructured. I don't think I want to cut him here. Yes, we do have dead money, but I think I'm just going to do a regular restructure. I don't want to push the money out too much so that if we do end up having to cut him, it makes it maybe just a little bit easier. We could, his cap hit next year is what? $17.5 million. So that's not great. I would love to bring it down to 11.6. And then if we do cut it, if we do cut him the following year, that's about 6 million dead. I think that's a pretty easy restructure there. So we're going to restructure Kupp. We're going to save about 6 million there on the cap. Julian Love, I think he's fine. Julian Love is fine. You could look at an extension here. I don't think we need to extend him too early. I'm doing that next year. D-Law, he's fine. Nwosu, here's the big thing. He does have a year left, and so interesting. Because they say here Nwosu has a year, Spoon has a year, so they got that right. It looks like for Leo, because we have a void year on Leo, they count the void year as a year of the contract. It looks like the years next to the name don't apply to how long they're on the team. It applies to how long their contract is on the books. Okay, that's neat. I like that. So Nwosu absolutely has to be extended. Not extended. Restructured. He's got a cap hit of fucking. It's ridiculous. We could add a void year. He doesn't have 2 years. He only has 1 year on his deal, so we can't restructure. We could add a void year. That doesn't do much. What I'm thinking here is I'm looking at an extension for Nwosu. If we are not trading for Crosby, I don't know how I feel about cutting Nwosu and needing another, because Boye Mafe is a free agent. We're not bringing him back. He had too shitty of a season. Unless nobody signs him and we can bring him back for very cheap, but I don't think that's going to happen. Nwosu hasn't been great, but he's been okay. And so if we're able to use Nwosu as our fourth edge, as our like backup rotational edge, that would be fantastic. It's expensive for sure. It's possible we could do with him what we did with Tyler Lockett a few years ago, and actually I think it was last year, and just ask him to take a pay cut, and he takes it. So I'm looking at an extension here. $10 million, I think that seems right based on where Nwosu is now, but I'm only going to do a 1-year extension here. That pushes a little bit of the cap out into 2027 and frees up a little bit of room. It looks like that's all I can do here. Yeah, it looks like that's all I'm able to do here. I'm not able to negotiate a pay cut for Nwosu, which makes sense. So I'm going to do that here. Nwosu is going to be our fourth edge here, rotational guy, and I like that. So that saves us a few million here. 16.7 million is still not great for a player of his caliber, but I don't know. I think hopefully he could, if he gets more into that rotational role, I think he'll he is in a rotational role, but if he's able to take even more snaps off, I think he'll be more effective. Ernest Jones is fine. Spoon needs an extension here. That's just it. Spoon is not getting $15.6 million a year. Are we stupid? Knock it off. That's as high as I can go, is 18.7 mil. Interesting. I don't know if I like this website. They won't let me go higher than that. Yo, this is wrong. This is wrong. This doesn't make any sense. Spoon is not going to get... You're looking at the market value for Diamador Lenore, and you're saying that that's what Spoon's going to get. Absolutely not. Let's open Spotrac here. I like to type fast when I'm recording because who knows what sort of porn is going to pop up. Can't take the risk. So let's go to NFL contracts here. And let's look at... let's see. Let's look at cornerback. Jesus, I can't fucking find it. All right. Annual salary. Here we go. Derek Stingley and Sauce Gardner are making $30 million a year. You don't think Spoon's going to get that? Spoon is getting around $30 million a year. He's not getting less than 25. So to say that his market value is $15.6 million a year is really weird, and the fact that I can't actually edit this number to give him more is really weird. It's not gonna, it won't affect this at all because it's an extension on top of the final year of his rookie deal, so it's not gonna affect the cap space in here. So it won't affect this at all. Same with the JSN extension, but really, really weird. I'm giving Spoon 4 years, $120 million. Let's do that here, and boom. All right, extension. Did it. 5-year, 85. What? No. Jaron Reed. Now, Jaron Reed is someone I'm going to restructure. We're able to move a little bit of the cap out. I don't know if we'll need to, though, actually. I think we might just eat the money and deal with it. Now, Jason Myers needs to be extended. I'm adding 2 years to his deal. They're giving him $3 million. I'm gonna up that a little bit. They won't let me move it. Okay, there we go. Interesting. $4 million is as high as I can go. All right, we'll give him the 2-year, $4 million extension here. All right, that frees up a little bit of dead money. We extend Jason Myers. That's looking good. Dixon's good. Murphy's good. JSN, got to get the extension for JSN. I'm going 5. See, they have the right number here. All right, they have the right number here. I'm going 5-year, $40 million for JSN. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. This doesn't make any sense. Why is this affecting the cap hit? That doesn't make any sense. Doing what? I'm a bit confused as to how this is working here because you're just extending on top of the rookie contract. You're not nullifying that rookie contract. So the cap hit for next year is still going to be that rookie contract. So I'm not understanding why there's a significant amount of. This is okay. So this is for extending and restructuring. Okay, we're just doing extend only. That's what we're doing. So done for JSN. Cap still went up for him, which is interesting. I think everyone else were honestly good. Derek Hall, I might give an extension to. It's not letting me give an extension to Derek Hall, which is weird. I'm not gonna tag him. Why won't it let me extend Derek Hall? That's interesting. That's weird. All right, and everyone else is good. Now let's see. Can I re-sign my? It says franchise tag to retain before free agency. I have to wait until free agency to re-sign them. That's incorrect. Whatever. Josh Jones is not a right guard. All right. You know what? We did that. Whatever. We're good. Let's move on to the trades area. Oh, I'm getting offers here. Okay, let's see what we got here. The Colts want to send me Josh Downs for pick 64. Nope. No. What? Parker Washington for a second and a third. That's hilarious. Wow, these are insane. These are insane trades that I'm being offered. Ramondre Stevenson for a third. All right, so the trade value here doesn't really make any sense. I don't think they understand trade value because Alvin Kamara for a 6th-round pick. What? I would do this trade in a heartbeat, but it doesn't make any sense. All right, we're good on trades. I'm not doing any trades here. We're going free agency. Okay, so it shows us our pending free agents here. Let's go with Ty Okada. It's exclusive rights, so this is too high. We're retaining him for, I don't know, give him $4 million a year, 2 years, boom. Or it would be 1 year because he's exclusive rights. So I'm just gonna give him that. No, he wants market value. He's exclusive rights, so he's only gonna come back for a few million. So I'm gonna force that. That's interesting. K9 is absolutely. I'm giving him the bag. Giving him 3-year. I'm not giving him 16 million. I'm giving him like 14 million. Sure. 3-year, 14 million. Like 342, I think is great for K9. And he's got it. So K9 is back. We're good. We're good. See, I'm willing to let Reek walk. Josh Jobe, I'd love to keep. But I would keep him on like a 5 or 6 mil a year deal. Yeah, he doesn't want that. So we're good on Jobe. We're good on Woolen. We'll see what we got elsewhere. Kobe Bryant, I would love to extend. I don't know how likely it is we'll extend him. Let's get Shaheed done here. Shaheed done. They have his market value at $7.7 million a year. Wow, that's the max I could give him. All right. I guess we'll give him $460. I'm giving him $360, but yeah. All right. That's weird. Their market values are all over the place on this website. That's so interesting. So Drake Thomas, obviously going to keep him. But he's also a restricted free agent. So we're going to be able to retain him. That's the cheapest I can go. We're going to be able to retain him and force that. Chris Stoll, I'm giving a full extension, I'm giving him like 1.5 mil. Boom. Keep him around. We have our long snapper. Now, Josh Jones has played really well as a backup tackle. I'd love to keep Josh Jones on like a 1 year. If we're able to get him for $2 million, that would be great. He doesn't want it. So let's see. 2.6. Will he take that on a 1 year deal? And he will. So that's great. We got our backup tackle. We don't have to worry about that position now. All right. So Woolen, Job, I'm willing to let them walk. I'd love to keep one of them. Why is Kobe Bryant not listed as starter? He is so good. So a lot of restricted free agents here. Jake Bobo, I'm gonna keep him. Give him that 1.1 1 year deal. Boom. Brandon Peely, I'm doing the same thing. Boom. Brady Russell. I don't know about Brady Russell. Cody White, I'm gonna do because like these are like futures deals almost that you can cut them if it doesn't work out. Chaz Surratt would be great. He's been a great special teamer, and so for like $1 million, I'm absolutely retaining him. George Holani, we're keeping him. He's been really good. And he's exclusive rights, so he's another guy that we can give him that, and he has to take it. Now let's look at the other free agents. Let's see here. Can I sort them by position? I can here. All right. Let's look at running back. This could be big because Charbonnet is probably going to miss the majority of the season next year. So we're looking at running back. I am looking at Tyler Algier, and he's down here. I disagree with their market value here. So that's why I'm going to give him like 2 years, $14 million. I think he's getting around $7 million a year at least. So I'm going to give him this. Tyler Algier would be a great second running back here. Really, really good signing. I think he's the best option in free agency, honestly. I'm gonna make that offer. Obviously, you could go running back in the draft instead, but I'd rather have this position secure, and we got Algier on the books. Make it happen. Boom. We're good. And our running back room is completely secure. Wide receiver, I don't think we need wide receiver. We have, I re-signed Cody White and Jake Bobo. Both of them aren't making the roster, but we have JSN, Shaheed, Cooper Kupp, Torrey Horton. I think we're good on receiver. I don't think we need anything going forward. Tight end is fine. Offensive line here. Now, here's where I'm looking for. They don't have it sorted by tackle or okay. Now, here's where I'm looking at the big one. Tyler Linderbaum, the big one. Where is he? Here he is. They have him as quality. Oh my God. What? All right. Let's take a look here. So let's look. Creed Humphrey. got 18 mil a year 2 years ago. Cam Jurgens, Drew Dolman got 17 and 14 1 year ago. So I'm thinking Linderbaum's getting 15 at least. I'm sitting here. If he's walking in free agency, he can get whatever he wants, pretty much. So I'm going to up the offer here, and I'm going to give him 16 mil on a 4-year deal. I mean, honestly, how high can I go here? I can go to 18. I'm going to 18. He's walking away from the Ravens. He's walking away from the Ravens. He clearly is going to want to get that bag. And this is going to be our slam dunk signing. Getting our starting center for the future. This is the big one. This is the big fish that we need to catch. Linderbaum needs to be number one priority. Make him that offer. Boom. And we have Tyler Linderbaum. Boom. That's it. Now let's see. What do we got for edge here? All right. It's telling me my cap's tight. So, very weird that it won't let me go under the cap, even though you could still restructure. But it wants me to go back and do all these restructures here. Let's see. Let's save 8 mil with Darnold. I'm going to add a void year here. And, well, that just gave us 8 million more. Julian Love is another one we could restructure with a void year. So I'm going to do that. And then we're back up to 18 mil. Now let's go back to free agency. Let's look at edge here. We retain Nwosu. We have D-Law. We have Derek Hall. So I'm just looking at a guy that can go in and get it done in a rotational role. And I like Malcolm Kuntz a lot. I also really like Kwity Paye. Kwity Paye is really fun. I'll give him a 3-year deal. I really like Kwity Paye. He's young, and I think Mike could definitely get the most out of him. 11.5 seems very low. I'm going to give him around 14 here. I think he could get even more than that. But I'm going to keep it a bit lower because this thing doesn't let me go under the cap and restructure later. So I'm going to go lower because they're allowing me to. But I think John would give a 3-year deal. I don't think he's going over that. But I like Kwity Paye. Really good rotational piece to add in with Hall, D-Law, and Nwosu. Let's do that. Kwity Paye is now on our team. Now D-line could be interesting. I mean, who do we have? Tier Tart could be really fun if we were looking for nose tackle, but Byron Murphy, he's just got that lockdown. He does. Now safety, Kobe Bryant is a free agent, but we retained Okada. So we have Love and Okada starting. So I think we're going to go to the draft to get that third safety in a rotation. Or maybe we bring back DeAnthony Bell if he's down here, which could be an option. Where's DeAnthony Bell? Jarek Reed. Bring back Jarek Reed. Boom. 1.5. Boom. Jarek Reed's coming back home. Man, that sucks. Jarek Reed didn't win a fucking ring with us. That's terrible. That is terrible. DeAnthony Bell here. I really like DeAnthony Bell. I think he's fantastic. I'm bringing DeAnthony Bell back. Pay him the 1.7 then. You crazy? All right. DeAnthony Bell is our third safety here, and I'm really happy with that. I'm totally fine with that. Let's see. Is there anything we could do here to create a little more cap space? We could restructure Lucas, which is weird, even though we just extended him. If we're able to add a void year on, we can. I'd rather just do a standard one, a standard restructure, because we're gonna have to move shit around anyway, in order to get all of our draft picks paid. I'll do a standard restructure with D-Law, just to make a little more money And I was looking at this restructure with Jerm Reed. How much would we save if we cut him? Only 4.5 mil. Yeah. I don't know. That's not enough for me to want Reed off my team. So I'm just going to restructure with a void here. And that gets us back up to 10 mil there. And that should be good in free agency, honestly. Like, maybe we sign another... I like Cordell Flott. Maybe we sign another cornerback here, just to kind of be, like, the first guy off the bench. I don't know who... Dude, their market value here is really weird. I don't know who that would be. I'm thinking... I don't know. Darion Kendrick, I'd love to bring back as the backup nickel. He was really good for us. Let's see here. There's no one that's jumping out at me. Obviously we're going to sign someone just to add depth because we're losing 2 guys in free agency. Bring back Trey Flowers. But I don't know who it would be. It could really be anyone. Just take a chance on anyone. Anyone you see here, you could give him it. Asante Samuel Jr. Let's go for it. He's gonna want a prove it deal, so I'll give him that 1 year 5 mil, and boom. Asante Samuel prove it deal probably sits on the bench, but that does it there. And now we're going to continue to the draft. Let's see how their draft works here. We're going to go with the full draft, of course. Draft speed. We'll go fast. Let's see how their board is, and let's see. Made 0 cuts, 0 trades, and 17 signings. I didn't even think about cuts, roster cuts. Who am I going to want to cut here? Wow, I didn't even think of that. Let's go through here. Let's see who we want to cut. No. Let's see who we want to cut here. Let's go through it. Amari Kite, I like him. Jalen Sundle is not a left tackle. Wow. Kenny McIntosh, we signed Algier. We have Halani. I'm sorry. I'm cutting Kenny McIntosh to be on the practice squad. Look, I like him, but he can be on the practice squad. He's had 2 devastating injuries. I like Nick Callerup, Patrick O'Connell, Pritchett, Oots, Bradford. Yeah, all these guys are staying here. I'm thinking like O'Toole and Ivy. Like, I'm going to keep O'Toole and cut Ivy just because I don't want to have 6 edges on our team again. I just don't want to do that. I'm thinking, actually, let's look at a trade here. Would someone like the Bengals be interested in trading for Jalen Sundle? Sundle has a year left. Look, I really like Sundle, but we just signed Tyler Linderbaum, so we're good. I'd love to keep Sundle as a backup, though. Would anybody be interested in trading for Olu? Because we are clearly not going to use him. Let's add Olu here and see who's interested. I'm thinking maybe the Bengals, just to give them some competition on that O-line, see what they have for picks. Throw in 226 and boom. We got Olu out of here. We saved $1 million, cleared up a roster spot, and we got a 7th round pick. Boom. We did it. All right. Cleared up a little more cap space for our draft picks here. Let's start the draft. Let's see how their board goes. All right. Click start. All right. Let's see how their board looks. I'm very interested here. So far, I'm really liking this website. I really like it. Okay, this is very easy here. Let's see how their trade mechanics work, though. We have one offer, 32 for 46 and a future. What? No. All right, so this is best value here. We need corner. Am I able to, while I'm doing this, am I able to look at my depth chart? I am. I didn't realize this. This is awesome. All right, this is great. Wow, this is awesome. This is great. It's weird, though, how they have Algier here, who I signed, but they don't have... Wait a minute, what? They have all these free agents that I signed, but they don't have Canine. They don't have Shaheed. All right, so they've definitely got some work to do, because this is not the updated roster. So it's not entirely accurate. Yeah, it's not great. 'Cause they still have Reek Woolen here, even though he's a free agent. Yeah, not working so well there. I'm gonna take Brandon Sissy here, or Brandon Cisse. He ain't no sissy. And yeah, I think that's best value pick. I really like Cisse. Now let's see what we could do here. I would like to take... See, we could take another edge high up, because we could end up cutting Nwosu too. We could wait. We could keep Nwosu on the books until after the draft, and if we're able to draft an edge, then he could be a post-June 1st cut. So the extension isn't really necessary. That's something we can handle after the draft, but because of the way this is set up, I have to do it first, and that's why I did it. So we could look at an edge here. Who do they have on the board? They have Malachi Lawrence really high. I don't have him that high. They have Mikhail Kamara really low. Like, I'm swapping Kamara and Malachi Lawrence. Like, completely swap them, and that's kind of where they are on my board. Dennis Sutton, I think he would be the perfect guy to develop behind D-Law. I think that would be incredible. Especially if we were to trade for Crosby, too, and we have Dennis Sutton developing behind D-Law and Max Crosby. Oh, that would be unbelievable. But right here at 64, I'm not a big fan of Gabe Jacas. I like Derek Moore, not in the second. So I don't think I'm looking to take one of these edges here. Who do we have at safety? No one great. I'm a big Bud Clark guy. I'm gonna be talking about him through the entire draft process. He is awesome. Bud Clark, I would love for him to be our third safety. Plus, he has a lot of experience in the nickel, so he could be our backup nickel. I really like him. I like Zakee Wheatley. This pick, it just isn't looking like it's going to work out on the defensive side of the ball. Let's see the interior offensive line. Okay. They have Brian Parker as a center. I don't agree with that. I think Brian Parker is a right guard. But he's someone I'm taking at 96 if possible. Let's see what we have for possible trades here. All right, trade with Pittsburgh. They get 64 and we get 85 and 99. You need to tell me future what, bro? Future what? What future pick are you giving me? They're not telling me. I might go with that Pittsburgh trade. 85 and 9. 85 and 99 for 64. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. If they want to throw in like a future future pick, I might bite on that. That was rejected. Okay. All right. They don't want to do that. So I guess I will accept this pick. That allows us to move back a bit, get that edge that I want, and get maybe that right guard as well. So we're going to do that. I just saw a lot of edges fly off the board. Oh, wow. Wow, I love their board. I love their board. They have Traden Stukes in the top 100. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Dude, I cannot tell you how many boards I'm seeing with Traden Stukes in the 300s or the 200s, and it's so disappointing. This guy is amazing. He is amazing. I love Traden Stukes. He's so good, man. He is so good. Oh, man. I love him. I'm so happy to see him in the top 100 in one of these mocks, man. Oh, man. That's great. All right. So in this scenario here, we're at 85. We're also picking at 96 and 99. So I'm going to look here. My key targets here are right guard, edge, and really? I mean, I don't know. So let's look at this. We retain Drake Thomas. We have Tyrese Knight as our backup Will. Our backup Mike. We need a backup Will. Jacob Rodriguez is that guy, dude. He is that guy. I would love for him to be our backup behind Drake Thomas. That would be great. Because looking at the linebackers on the board, Torian York is not outside of the top 100. I'm going to pretend he's not here. Hey, where is Eric Gentry on their board? 296, way too low. He should be a top 100 prospect. He's tremendous. But then we look at the edges. Danny Dennis Sutton would be great. If he's not there at 96, I can always take Mikhail Kamara. But with linebacker, we don't really have a backup plan if there's no one on the board. But linebacker isn't as big of a need. And then I look at right guard. Brian Parker and Keelan Rutledge are both there, so I'll probably go right guard with the last pick in this round, if not at 96. So right now I'm going to focus on edge first because I'm confident that Brian Parker or Keelan Rutledge will be on the board in the 90s. So right now I'm going to focus on Danny Dennis Sutton here at 85. Get that good edge. I really like him developing behind D-Law. And then let's look here. So there we go. Rodriguez did go off the board, so we're not able to grab him here. Let's look at safety. Bud Clark is an option. Bud Clark is an option. First, I'm going to go right guard because it is a bigger need, and I'm going to go Brian Parker here. I like him better than Keelan Rutledge. I know he's converting from tackle, and Rutledge is already at right guard. This is interesting. This is very interesting here. I'm going to go Brian Parker still as our right guard here. They're going to list him at center, which I don't agree with. But Brian Parker will be our starting right guard. And then, man, look at that offensive line. Charles Cross, Gray Zabel, Tyler Linderbaum, Brian Parker, Abraham Lucas. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. And now here, I'm going to go with Mr. Bud Clark. I absolutely love this guy. He will be our third safety, and we'll have Jarek Reed and DeAnthony Bell behind him. Man, tremendous, tremendous outcome here in this draft. To be able to swing all of these guys and all of these guys that could be game changers in the future. And we still have a 6th and a 7th round pick. I'm just going to end up going depth here, most likely. That's all you can do in these later rounds. But very good draft, I think. We got Brandon Cisse to start. We have Brian Parker to start at right guard or compete for it at least. Danny Dennis Sutton, he'll be a great guy for the future. And, man, I'm very, very happy with how this draft fell. So let's look at my picks. Cisse, Sutton, Brian Parker, Bud Clark. Now, here, if we look at our depth chart, yeah, we're good at running back because we've got, and not that my depth chart helps me, but we've got K9 as the RB1. We've got Algier RB2, and we've got Halani RB3. And Charbonnet on IR waiting to come off. We're good at running back. We're good at quarterback. Wide receiver, we have JSN, we have Cup, we have Torrey Horton, we have Shaheed, we have Cody White, and Jake Bobo. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. I might go with a futures pick at tight end here, which is very interesting. We have Saubert for one more year, yes. Arroyo, not much of a blocker. I do like Callerup in terms of his future. Let's see what tight ends we have on the board here. I do like Marlon Klein. And he's another Michigan guy. I do like Marlon Klein. I do. I think he's a good blocker. I don't know. It's hard to go tight end here, though. It is really hard. I think I'm going to look back at interior offensive line. James Brockermeyer is really fun. He's a really fun center. Logan Taylor. I really like Logan Taylor. Do I take... Oh, Jeremiah Wright is still on the board. And Joshua Braun. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to draft Joshua Braun at 212. He has flexibility at both left guard and right guard. He's played full seasons at each position. So he's a really good depth guy to have behind Zabel and Parker, or compete with Parker and Bradford. I really like him there. I think that's a great value pick there at 212. Because really, when I think about it, I don't think we have a true backup left guard. We have Cabledew and Mason Richmond, and I'm not super confident in those guys. It seems like the staff really, really likes Cabledew. I'm not that high on him. I would like Joshua Braun as the backup a little bit better. And now here, let's see. We got on our depth chart at cornerback, we've got Spoon starting. We've got Cisse opposite him. And then our third, we've got Asante Samuel Jr., Nehemiah Pritchett, and nobody else. I think we have to take another cornerback here. Who do they have on the board here? It's slim pickings here from what I'm seeing. It's really slim pickings here. Wow. All right. I like Jaden Lucas. I do like Jaden Lucas. I think he's an option. And Jerry Wilson too. I don't know. This is tough. This is tough here. I think I might end up going Jaden Lucas here. Just gives us more depth in that cornerback room. Yeah, this is the direction I'm going to go here. Give me Jaden Lucas at 226. We traded Olu for Jaden Lucas. And boom. That is our draft. That is our draft there. Wow. And now can I see my final depth chart? Can I? Oh, it does. It puts my draft picks on. So they need to do some work in terms of the depth chart because it's not updating. We can reorder some players. There we go. Guys are popping up. All right. They also have Kwity Paye here at defensive end. So what I'm gonna do here is let's see. Let's move these. I wonder if guys will pop up. if you move guys around. So Asante Samuel will be the third. Jaden Lucas, and boom. So okay. So let me just do a little bit of work here. Yep, Riley Mills is there twice. All right, there we go. Nwosu there. All right. Nwosu would be cut in this scenario, so let's pretend he's not there. But whatever. They have this sorted very weird. But we'll deal with it. So we have at edge here D-Law and Derek Hall with Nwosu. Well, Nwosu wouldn't be here. With Kwity Paye and Danny Dennis Sutton as the rotational guys. Connor O'Toole makes the roster as a special teamer. D-line would be Murph and Williams. Nothing changed here. Murph, Williams, Jaron Reed, Brandon Peely, Mike Morris, Riley Mills. Riley Mills, great sack in the Super Bowl, by the way. Starting inside linebackers would be Ernest Jones and Drake Thomas with Tyrese Knight and Chaz Surratt as the backups. Cornerback, Spoon and Cisse opposite each other. And then you've got, where is Nicky Manwari? They have no nickel here. So where is Nicky Manwari? He's not on this roster. So that's interesting. So you have Julian Love and Ty Okada starting. Then you have Bud Clark probably as your third with DeAnthony Bell and Jarek Reed. And that is your defense there. Let's look at this offense. Man, this is gross. So if I move... Nope, they don't have K9 on here. So our offense would be K9, Tyler Algier, and George Halani with Sharb on IR. Wide receivers are JSN, Cooper Kupp, Torrey Horton, Shaheed, Cody White, and Bobo. Tight ends stay the same. Offensive line stays the same on this left side. We still have Josh Jones and Gray Zabel. Joshua Braun would move to be that backup left guard. Anthony Bradford is moving to backup right guard here. And Brian Parker is going to start. And then we have Jalen Sundle as the backup center with Linderbaum as the starter. So overall, I mean, I like this website. I think the cap function is a lot better than Pro Football Sports Network. The trades, I didn't really agree with the trade value. The market value on a lot of free agents is definitely off. But I do like their draft board a lot. So I can give them that. I'm a big fan of their draft board. And they definitely need to work on their depth chart because that thing was not updating. All right. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. This was a fun experience. I like doing this. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate y'all sticking in here and watching this with me as I kind of navigated through this. But this is fun. I'm probably going to do another one here with a Max Crosby trade, so I hope y'all tune into that. Make sure to tune into all of my videos coming up. It's going to be a very busy off season. Lots of draft stuff, lots of free agency stuff. I'm going to live stream the whole free agency week. I'm obviously going to live stream the draft. I do that every year. So, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank y'all for tuning in, and go Hawks, baby. I'll see y'all in the next one.